this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from a BFO. And a BFO has this question. She would like to know my take on the EVP phone app. EVP standing for Electronic Voice Phenomena, the idea of using electronic machinery to pick up voices from the spirit world. And Obeafo is asking because she has encountered two different opinions on this subject, both from high priesthood. One told her that they felt that this was basically just the same as a spirit divination board, a Ouija board as an example. And the other said that they thought it was rather silly and just for entertainment purposes. And so Obeafo would like to know my point of view. And there are actually two questions in this, in my opinion. The first has to do with the technology itself, and the idea that we can use technology to pick up on or communicate with the spirit world. And the second is whether it's ready to be a phone app. And I'm sure that many of my viewers will be familiar with this sort of technology from having watched certain television shows where stalwart young men at the height of their physical prowess run around spooky locations being scared out of their wits by literally everything, and using their EVP monitors to come up with barely audible sounds that they then interpret with amazing perspicacity. However, while this is the context in which most people will be familiar with it, if in fact you have a wide background in metaphysics, you may know that this has been a topic of great interest in certain metaphysical circles for many decades, and people have been doing it actively since the 60s. I can remember back in the 70s hearing this sort of recording that purported to bring through voices from the spirit world and being rather impressed by it. However, it is, as a general rule, not overly clear, although there are exceptions. So it's not really a new idea at all. However, as technology has evolved, so have the tools that people use for this, and the messages have become progressively clearer. And now we're at the point that there are phone apps for it. And do I think that this is a viable way of working with the spirit world? Well, I think it can be. And I think that the analogy to a spiritual divination board is probably the perfect analogy. Or, for example, using a pendulum. And the reason it's a perfect analogy is that it can be very effective, but isn't necessarily. And I think that that is pretty much the case with this technology. It can, in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, produce some pretty remarkable results. It also can produce really bad results. And by bad results, I don't mean scary results, I mean unimpressive results. Is it ready to be a phone app? Well, I've seen people using the phone app, so I have a little bit of knowledge of it. And what I've just said for the technology in general, I would say all the more for the phone app. I think that someone who actually knows what they're doing could use it with some success. I think that most people should really use it for entertainment only. But that's also true of the spiritual divination board. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not really going to give you decent results. And the only way to learn how to properly use it is to, in fact, learn how to properly use it. And if you do that, I think it can be as good a tool as any other. And I would say, as I would say for a spiritual divination board, yes, you may do it for entertainment purposes only, but don't treat it like a parlor game. And if you're someone who has a genuine interest in this, what I would say is learn how to use these tools, and then by all means go out and do. And can the phone app actually be helpful? Again, if you know how to use it, I think that it can, but on the other hand, if you know how to use it, I'm not sure you'll need it. So those would be my opinions on the subject. Hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be.
Hello, my name is Cher Davis, and I'm greeting you from Jacksonville, Florida. Please join me as I lift my prayer to the God and Goddess. I pray for peace. I pray for love. I pray for stability. I pray for the nation where I live. I pray for the world. So mote it be.
Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis, and did you know that I'm also a psychic reader? For over 30 years, I have been a psychic reader specializing in tarot and clairvoyance, and if you would like a reading with me, you can set one up, either by phone or by email, by contacting me at donlewishp@aol.com. And until next time, may you blessed be.